Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live here on Football Tonight, brought to you by Top FC Radio, Top Football Club. Again, here with Laurent Cortines. He was cleaning his glasses, so he's good. He's got a full 360 view right now. And as you see me, I am rocking. I'm not going to crumble before big Liverpool fans or Manchester City fans or United fans. I'm going to stay strong. I need a close up, please. I need a close up. I'm gonna stay strong right here, striped down. I look like I'm a referee, but I'm still supporting Newcastle United. I'm going strong, and it was a disappointing weekend to say the least. But we have a lot of news to talk about today. Of course, in the Premier League, we got La Liga, Serie A, second week going. Bundesliga, Harry Kane scoring 2 goals. You were right, and you got an extra point on your score because you said he was going to score 2 goals, so he did do that. And
I was kidding around. I got lucky.
Yeah, he definitely. I'll give it to you. He did do that. So, but we're going to go to scores and see how many points you got. I think you beat me again this week. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you
didn't cheat. You didn't cheat. That's
because you know what? Americans know about soccer because we have more soccer on television than any country in the world. You elitist English people. That's why we beat you in the war.
Oh, hell no. But anyways,
and bailed your asses out twice, World War II and World War I. You'd be speaking German.
But
I love your football. I do. I love your country. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Anyways, so we got a lot going on today. Of course, Liverpool's incredible comeback. We're going to speak about that. Manchester United coming back as well after starting really, really rough that match. Chelsea also winning a game that they had to win, basically. Then we got
a lot of Raheem Sterling hate, and then he made me eat crow.
He sure did. He sure did.
I was blasting him.
We're gonna talk about Van Dijk. Was he supposed to be sent off? We're gonna debate that in this stream today. Also, Newcastle. What's going on? Are they done? Was it just a one? What did you call Arteta? A one
trick pony?
Was it a one trick pony?
One-hit wonder?
Is Newcastle a one-hit wonder? Is the Champions League way too much for Newcastle? We're going to discuss that here on this stream as well.
It looks like it so far.
We're going to watch Michael Owen celebration, of course, I guess.
God.
Whatever. Gary Neville also going hard with Arteta. We're going to talk about Arsenal as well.
I don't think it was that bad.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk. You're a big Gary Neville defender.
I'm a fan of Gary Neville.
We're gonna debate it. We have to talk about the situation going on in La Liga and the Royal Spanish Federation because my man, your guy, what's his name? I forgot his name already. Rubiales says,
Rubiales.
I will not resign. No matter what you do, I will not resign.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah. And we're going to talk. We got a lot going on. Of course, we're going to talk about the champions as well, City winning another match. But let's start with the comeback of the year so far in the 3-week. I don't know, because Manchester United was a good one too, but it was against Newcastle at St. James's Park.
Yes.
It was everything that was involved.
Can we just start with? It wasn't that crazy of a thing that happened. It's teams come back. It's not, but it's being made. This is what I hate. I'm going to start on Liverpool right away. You're not that important just because you came back from 2-1.
No, but
down a man. It's not a life-changing event. Like it happens.
No, you have to admit. They show resilience. Liverpool can win the Premier League this year. There's no doubt about it.
Yes,
and they proved it this weekend.
What I'm getting frustrated at is that the elevation of it, as though it's the Aguero goal, it's week 3. Like, take it easy.
But
you want to talk about over celebrating the Community Shield with Arsenal? Let's take it easy, Liverpool. First of all, you shouldn't have been sent off. You have the world-class defender who seems to fuck something up every week. You have Trent Alexander-Arnold who seems to have a hole in his foot. How about you worry about not giving up the goals, not getting the reds? Alexander-Arnold should have been off already for the 2 yellows. Listen, you came back. It's great that Nunez did that. All those things are great, and that game was petering out. It was dying. It was dead. And Eddie Howe gave you a lifeline by taking off the greatest real scouser in all of world football, Anthony Gordon.
Yes.
He's from Liverpool. And once he came, all the energy left, and it was like, oh, you guys aren't trying to win this? Well, we're gonna go win this now.
Yeah, no, but and I want to go in sections because I want to talk about Liverpool and then I want to talk about Newcastle because they're two different things. Now, to start off with Liverpool, you said that you don't think it's a big of a deal that they made.
It's a big deal, but it's not the biggest deal.
No, well, you can't. Fans have to celebrate. That's besides the point. They're gonna celebrate.
I understand. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, but I mean, it's because it's Liverpool. It's so fucking annoying because they're the most annoying fans in the whole universe.
But you know why though? Because now remember, the referee has had some things, shady things there here and there. I mean, people could argue that Gordon should have gotten a yellow card earlier or something like that, and then
for pushing Trent.
Well, you have to know how to explain these things because some people in the chat said he shoved his shoulder into the back of somebody. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to shove my shoulder into the back of somebody. But Liverpool deserves to get credit for this one because it wasn't a tough environment. And they were getting beat badly. Exactly. But like, of course, you don't win games because you deserve to. You have to actually in football. You have to put in the work and do it. Okay. But Liverpool, to a certain extent, I don't think they even did enough to tie the game. But they showed really such a personality. They just, and of course Darwin Nunez, it was a big part of that, but club made the change. So you have to give credit where it's due. Liverpool, I think they're just maybe a couple of defenders away from being title contenders. They're going to contend for the title. What I'm saying is for being that for me to pick them, I would have to have better defense because Van Dijk, obviously I've been defending him for a long time, but that play was really a tough to watch. And of course, to me, it was a red. It was a red.
It's definitely a red. So, but let's go through the first moment. So early in the game, we have this Anthony Gordon. First of all, Anthony Gordon was man of the match. That's the first thing. He was incredible. He was really good. Always got on the ball. Always went after Trent. However, it's easy to be man of the match when your opposing defender is Trent Alexander-Arnold because he's that bad.
Yeah, he made mistakes.
He makes everybody look great. Like, I don't want to see Vini Jr. against him. That would go badly. In fact, we did see it and they lost. But early in the match, there's a coming together. Trent Alexander-Arnold goes flying into the stands, into the ground, whatever, and he throws the ball. And with this new rule of no time wasting, they gave him a yellow, which I don't really necessarily agree with that. Like, he's not time wasting in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Why would he do that? So there's that. So that happens. And we go back to playing. And I thought that Newcastle had the early goings of this game. They were better, especially in the beginning.
Yeah, no.
Because this is how they play. They play with force. And when they don't play with force, and we'll get to it later, they're not as good. Then within the next sort of sequence, again, Anthony Gordon gets himself on the move. And he's about to break away. Alexander-Arnold grabs his shoulder, pulls him back. Under any circumstances, any other time of the game, that is a yellow card, right? I think most people can agree with that. However, I think the referee, in his heart of hearts, said, you know what? I don't want to mess up this game. I don't want to send Trent Alexander-Arnold off, even though what he did is a yellow card offense. I just gave him a yellow card offense for this previous infraction. I'm going to take the heat and say he already has a yellow. That's what he should have based on what we know. So, Newcastle fans, that's your first moment of aggrievement. That was a yellow card play that he did not get a yellow for because he got a yellow for something stupid, right? We would agree with that. He should be off based on what we know. Okay, that's fine. So that's the first one. Then the goal comes. The goal comes on a really nice through ball.
Yeah.
From, I believe it's Guimaraes to...
See right there. We were able to watch it.
No, it's just missed. It's just right. It's right there. It's just a missed ball, no assist. That it's a great pass because Alexander-Arnold completely misses it.
One hell of a pass and one hell of a fake by Arnold. That's a fake. That was a fake no look pass.
Amazing. Now, to be fair to Alisson, a lot of times he makes those saves, and later on in the game, he does save Liverpool. He's an incredible keeper. I am not speaking out of school. He's the best keeper in the world. Courtois can argue with him, but now that Courtois is out, he's the best, even though he's had a tough start to the season.
Because of this play, like, of course, nothing to blame Mo Salah. I mean, he tried to give it to his teammate.
Yeah, that's fine.
But right here, see, right there, he could have been sent off because he was pulling on his jersey.
But he let go. He was
conscious enough to let go.
Does reach his arm out and lets go. Okay, so now Liverpool is down a goal. Fine, we understand that. That's normal.
It's not the end of the world.
St. James's Park is going nuts. It's not the end of the world. They're in this. The next play, within 5 minutes later, is the Van Dijk on Isak play.
It's just that I don't think that Liverpool were in the game mentally. I think the goal happened and the error and everything else.
They got rattled.
And right there, you see Isak, smart move to just kind of control the football. And in that sense, he was the last man. I don't know what the debate is.
I think the debate is that could it have been a yellow and not a red?
Well, because I mean, BJ Bowl, he's been commenting. Of course, John Santana with people from our chat. They've been going at it in the chat, and of course, BJ is talking about the ref. Of course, they're going to talk about the ref, and he says he lives to annoy you. But but the thing is that right there, you can't say that. Well, Alisson would have saved it. Well, you don't know that.
I think the thing is. Let's sort of say the things that are true. Van Dijk's not in the right place. He's not in the right position. If you give the referee an opportunity to call a penalty on you, that's on you.
Yeah.
Right? Like Van Dijk is in the wrong place, the wrong position, coming from the wrong side. Get the ball or not get the ball. He takes the man out. Last man or not last man, whatever.
But in that moment, 31 minutes, the whole first half, I mean, Newcastle could have been 2-0 up. No big deal. I mean, and even though
Almiron,
he messed
drive
many a plays,
drive everyone crazy.
Many a plays he messed up, and I, there's one that Alisson really was like just saved it with everything in his
it was a laser beam.
And I like Tonali in the beginning. I like Joe Ellington in the beginning. I mean, I think Newcastle was just so much in sync. So that's why I don't understand how they just crumbled. This
is the shot. This is it. Boom.
That's it. Oof. That's it. That's I mean, the stadium.
That's the moment on 35.
I'm going
2-0. It was over.
Hey, I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to tell you that if that goal goes in, St. James's Park closes the game right there. I just don't see. it. You know what I mean? But you have to get it done, and they didn't do it. And Liverpool has the amount of talent you can't mess around with. You have to close the game. You said it on your show. They don't have a killer instinct, and that kills me every time. I think True Jordy said it.
They don't have a killer. Period.
But sometimes, when was the first goal for Newcastle? I can't remember. But second half,
28, something like that.
Of the second half. So
that's first half. What do you mean?
No, Liverpool.
Liverpool. Sorry, it was in the 71st minute. The first goal.
So at some point you have.
It may have even been 80. No, it was 80. 80. The first goal.
At some point you have to know how to close the game and be smart about it, But also you can't give up. Like he took Gordon out, the only player that could actually get something done, because Isak really in the second half didn't play well.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game. I think the issue. I think the way Howe read it is he saw it as a game that they had under control, and this was any other team at St. James's Park. It's almost as though he underestimated Liverpool and said, "Oh, you know what? I can go to Barnes. I can go to my regular group, my checking line group, where he took off 3 and put on 3. He put on, he takes off Tonali, he takes off." He takes off Isak and he takes off and he takes off Gordon, just like he'd done in previous games. He did the same thing where he brings on Wilson with those groups come on together. In this case, Barnes does get loose, but he does not square the ball to Callum Wilson. This is the amazing run by Almiron. He's an incredible player. He's so frustrating. He just can't finish, even though he had that weird spin where he scored 11 goals. But you know, then Klopp responds, is like, hey, they're not putting this game away. Liverpool did grow into the game before the goal. It was like, hey, what's going on? Why is Newcastle allowing them to play? This game's not over. And they were in the ascendancy even when it happens, right?
But see,
so the draw did feel deserved. It's the win that's just like, what the fuck just happened?
That right there, I want to in clinical mistakes by what was it? Botman in the first goal.
It did hit his ass. Like, what is he supposed to do?
No, but look, like but yeah, you see right there, man. Listen, I don't know. I guess it's easy for me to talk from here, but
it's an incredible finish. I mean,
no, the finish is
he's never shot a shot that well since he's been in a Liverpool.
But if the ball doesn't pass, nothing happens. So
agreed.
I just listen, man. If you know you can see when the striker just flies by you. You know if the ball passes, he's going to get it. And I don't know. It's easy for me to say, but see right there, right? Man, it's hard, man.
You know what the irony of it is?
I would have touched it.
The irony of it is the blueprint for Newcastle.
Man.
The blueprint for Newcastle is Liverpool. This team that they have right now is very, very similar to the pre-Champions League Liverpool side when they went up and down and they still had Mignolet before they got Fabinho in, before they got Thiago. And Klopp recognized they needed to learn to get more control of games. Hey, I know, he's insane. And then the issue that Newcastle have is that they don't control games. They don't have a way to play outside of running and attacking and being nuts. They kept seeming to give the ball away and give Liverpool chances. The error by Guimaraes for the final goal is just like,
but you cannot do
what
that.
Are you doing?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you doing?
You cannot be mentally away from the game. Basically, I would say this. And what happened was to Liverpool in the beginning, they weren't in the game. And at the end for Newcastle, they left the game way too early. And unfortunately, the end of the game is what matters the most, because at the end of the day, I would have been like, hey, let's go home with a point. I mean, it would be, you know, it would hurt, but this was devastating.
Liverpool have killers. Salah is a killer.
Exactly. That's the difference. And that's the difference, because
Klopp is a killer.
Yeah. He's always like
gritting his teeth. He's yelling. I got the Klopp teeth. I need to get Scheider. I can't even do it because his teeth are so crooked. His whole jaw is crooked. He's a killer. He wants to win more than he wants to breathe.
Exactly.
I don't know if Nunez is, but I know Salah is, and Salah played the ball into him.
That's it.
Salah wants to score all the goals, right? And and Alisson is a killer, and Van Dijk is a killer. These guys have won the Champions League together. Robertson is a killer. He'll run all day and never fight to the death. I don't know if Trent's a killer, but he's been a part of this team. But these other guys are killers, right? And it's part of the club, and it's in the club. And this is the 6-time European champions. This is Liverpool. This is no joke. Don't mess with us. Don't give us a chance to win this game. We're going to come and win it.
That is a fact. When you play against these teams, against Manchester City, Liverpool, teams that have done it, you cannot be lackadaisical. And that's what happens with Liverpool.
City is developing it. I think it's relatively new. City is developing it. It's not a given. You have to do it.
But now, let's listen to what Eddie Howe had to say about the game.
That's as painful as the game at Anfield last year for me and for us. I thought we played really well today.
Fuck off. I don't want to hear that.
The opening stages of the game can't be forgotten by me. In regards to the team's performance and reflection on how the game went, I thought we were excellent. Individual performances were very strong, and I just, the sending off almost harms us really in the match. Although the chances were there for us to kill the game, as you say, and I think the second goal changes everything. We didn't get it, and then when Nunez comes on, it's they're looking for one moment, and they didn't just get one; they got two, and they took them. Yeah, I mean, I'd want them to be hurting after that, because we pride ourselves on trying to win first and foremost, and if we can't, then we do everything we can to draw the game, and that's.
Well, I mean, listen, you can't say that after you lose that way. It's all wonderful.
You blast your team,
and that's why I now question and kind of what we talked
whether
about.
He's a killer.
What we talked about earlier in the season, first week, whether Newcastle went this far last year, probably ahead of time, but now to take them over to take them to the mountaintop, is it going to be Eddie Howe? Because and a lot of people I've been watching TalkSport, and a lot of people that know him, talk good about Eddie Howe and everything else, and that's perfect. But looking at it cold-blooded, just analyzing the situation, these past few games where you have to bring everything in your being to get these games against Manchester City, against Liverpool, and you did well with Liverpool in the beginning, but all that goes away after you basically leave the game mentally. It's 90 minutes.
I think it's an open question, and we're gonna have to find out. Everything so far, I think, is okay. They've lost 2 games. Blah blah blah. City is fine. This is fine. You know what? You know who has a killer on their bench? Even though they're a small team, and you guys are gonna laugh at me. De Zerbi's a killer, and they're gonna go to Brighton next, and that's not gonna be an easy game either, right? You could argue it might be. I mean, listen, we know what we're gonna probably get to Brighton at least a little bit. They lost to West Ham. They got outmuscled, fairly or unfairly. But that's going to be a tough game to go all the way to the Amex and try and play that really free-flowing, attacking Brighton side, who are coming off a loss that they don't like either.
And
right?
They're going to have to get it now.
2 teams that
BJ right there saying also any top coach would put their team on blast, and that's the bottom line. You can see Ange Postecoglou would kill. It would be nobody left in the damn locker room. It would be, we have to sign everybody. The youth has to play the next match because everybody's gone. Now, what did Klopp have to say about Van Dijk? Let's listen to him. I like this one.
He was fine.
Okay, that's observation. There's a foul on Trent Alexander-Arnold, which is not given. Clear in front of the field. For the field says to me, yes, it's a foul. Ref doesn't give it, and then Trent kicks the ball away. His fault. Bam, yellow. Next situation is the thing. If you want a second yellow, if he gives it, he gives it. But I didn't think it is.
But what do you mention?
I don't think it's a red card. I don't think it's pretty much no contact, very little, and it's on the way to the ball. But what can I say? It's not. The decision is like this, and I cannot change it, and I don't want it. It's just. Would I visit a training game? Definitely not. But there are reasons why I'm not a ref, and they are.
Well, because you ain't gonna make enough money. You wouldn't trade that job. But no, listen, I think it was, and of course he's got a. But he has a sideline view. He can't. I don't see him really watching that play. Of course they got iPads now. They have everything, but it is what it is.
There's an argument about why was Van Dijk? He's supposed to be the captain. Like, just leave. Like, he went nuts. Oh yeah, he lost his mind.
He's probably going to be suspended for that. More time, and I don't know that he's going to get this reversed. I mean, I think it was the right call. I think it was the right call. So
that's not getting reversed.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. We'll see what happens. Newcastle, man, you got to get it right. So the next one is. Well, let's talk about the champions, Manchester City. Now, Manchester City is playing a quiet game.
Sheffield United.
No. Manchester City is playing the quiet game. No, but they're just quiet. Not much going on. Win games. Now, all of a sudden, 9 points, and
that was a tough game.
It was a tough game, but
they had to come back.
Now that's the difference of what you said last week with Arsenal Crystal Palace, or you heard people say that was a Champions win. That was no Champions win. This was a Champions win. That's you can see the difference. And I mean, you got great players
man. I mean, City first half, Sheffield did not show up. They just sat deep and wanted to be attacked. Haaland missed a penalty. It was a handball. A handball I hate, like that sliding in the corner. They give it, fine, he misses. But City are just completely dominant. Second half, they get their goal on a cross by Grealish. The thing that I didn't understand was why Phil Foden wasn't in. Is like, who does Phil Foden have pictures of? Like, why doesn't he play? But anyway, it was a completely dominant performance. Haaland does get his goal, but he's been misfiring. So City are up 1-0. They're good. They're fine. Then Heckenbottom does a really smart thing. He changes and brings on, he's like, you know what? We did what we could. We held them for an hour. In these last 15 minutes, we're going to go for it. So he brings on the best that he's got, and he does drive at City. Kyle Walker makes a crazy mistake where he tries to backheel a ball out of his defensive zone, then goes flying off the pitch, playing everyone onside. Ali McBurney, the defense is lopsided, and then Bogle comes in and fires in a goal. And
it was a tough match.
Yeah, and Bramall Lane just goes bananas. So this is a promoted team. This is the Blades, one of the oldest teams in the Premier League, and it does elevate, and City are in trouble. But Phil Foden comes on, immediately changes everything. The gear for City just goes up. They're like, we don't lose games like this. We're going to go get this win. And I never felt, I was down for about 5 minutes, and then I was like, oh, City are winning this game. Kyle Walker down the wing, fires it into Foden. Foden has a bad touch, but that touch then goes to Rodri, who's now becoming a new legend.
The face.
After the Inter Milan goal, now he's just firing in goals as he's already the best number 6 in all of world football. Now he's just taken over, scores an amazing goal, and City are just like, we don't lose games like this.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with us. Don't wake us up.
Well, I just believe that City means business right now, and that's all they're doing. They're not overdoing it. They're not. I mean, they're playing tough games. You can, of course, what's his name? Kyle Walker did everything possible to give his old team.
He's a Sheffield boy. And
but then again, on the next play, he does a tremendous play. And they're able to score a goal. So he's for his age, he's incredible physically and incredibly good physically.
He's fantastic
and everything else. But
yeah, I mean, and the Blades just don't. Sheffield just doesn't have enough players.
They don't have enough power. But they competed. They competed against City. But it's just too much. I mean, Haaland.
Look at this handball, ridiculous. I hate it.
Yeah, that was a handball, and I just don't see how that
I know, but I hate them.
No, but it is.
I know it is, but I hate it.
It is what it is. But I mean, Haaland also
just, when you're
able to score. Now
he's not.
No, well, he scored it. He scored his goal on this one. But see, right here, I mean,
he was when he scored his goal, he was so happy. He's so frustrated the last 2 games, just unable to get on the board or getting goals. But like he should already have like 6 goals.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
By the way, my secret underrated man of the match in this game, Josko Gvardiol, is fucking incredible.
Great player. That was a good signing.
He just runs through the midfield. They have another one. Like he's just like John Stones is out, player of the season for City last season, completely transformed him. No problem. Yeah. We get another guy who plays on the left, who you can just run through the midfield, passes, makes passes, everything. Like City just have a bunch of footballers. It doesn't even matter where they play. They're gigantic.
Well,
they don't give up anything.
I'm gonna go out on the limb. That's the twice I've been doing that, and I'm too big to be on limbs. But I'm gonna go out on a limb again. And listen, it's kind of concerning, but the way I look at City, I feel like, I feel like they're like people have them winning the Premier League already. And
they've been winning the Premier League for 8 years in a row. They just are. So when they lose it, it's
understand.
Shocking.
But it's like I feel like it. I don't want to see a Bundesliga, but I feel like this could be a Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
this could be a Bayern Munich.
They're really, really good. They're really, really good.
And that's the problem. Really are. Yeah. That's the thing that I understand. We're going to talk about Arsenal, but watching Arsenal, watching Newcastle. Watching Liverpool,
they're not ready. They're not ready.
I just don't see right now. In 3 weeks in, I don't see a team that can really contend.
Liverpool, they have it.
Liverpool,
they need Sven. The thing is, like, they need Sven Botman. They need Botman.
They need defenders. They need defenders. They need tough defenders, and so that's the problem. But City, man, I'm telling you, and I'm not a City fan. You are. You'll say they want to win, but
City have 4 center backs that would start that would just be the best center back on Liverpool.
Yeah.
4, right? Diaz, Akanji, Walker, Gvardiol. Those 4.
Yeah.
And I'd even say Ake. Those 5 center backs would walk into every team in the division. And they don't even all play. They're just like, oh, we have an extra center back.
Now, BJ said that.
That's not even talking about Kyle Walker.
No, yeah. Kyle Walker, and that's crazy.
He's the best right back in the world.
He's a veteran. BJ said that Foden might have not started because he was sick. So maybe
I heard that rumor too. He looked real good when he came on. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I would say Liverpool are the closest to compete against City. And in the beginning, it's always been about Arsenal. We're going to talk about Arsenal, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I don't think they're going to win the Champions League now.
What Liverpool need is they need William Saliba because he's the best. Another Van Dijk of the division.
Exactly. So in this one, a fan got in.
I know.
Well,
awesome.
he's actually a world champion, a boxing champion. I saw that.
Oh, he must have been out of his mind.
And so, or not, because they're gonna be like, they're gonna let me in anyway next time, so it don't matter. They're not gonna kick me out for life. But Haaland embraced him. He must have been all about that goal that didn't even care. Now this one, was he offside? He was offside, but see, that's the thing. He can't get frustrated because this.
He's not frustrated with his teammates. He's not frustrated. No. He's frustrated with himself, right? He just wants to score goals.
To a certain extent, it's good, but he can't get too enamored with goals. I get it that's what he does. Well, he's been doing that.
Yeah.
So you just got to come down a little bit in on this one. I don't know if this is going to be a tie, but Sheffield, right there, good man. That would have been one.
There was a late push that their defender did that kung fu kick. He went with the wrong foot. Yeah. Sheffield could have drawn this game. It was not out of the blue.
No, except this play right here.
That's a nice goal.
Incredible. And I tell you what, man. Every time I watch Premier League, I get insanely satisfaction from the fans right next to there. By the way, I will say MLS is kind of starting to look like that in a lot of ways. I know, stop it, but I watched Nashville the other day, and I was like, damn.
Oh, they got good fans.
So
Nashville has good fans. Yeah, that's because they're drunk. They have bourbon.
Exactly, they have whiskey all over. So they're right there, Kyle Walker.
All over the place.
Kyle Walker giving it to, but the next play,
you know what? The funny thing is, he's got to be thinking in his head, "Thank God Pep is not here because he would be."
It's this one. Look at that.
Boom! I know.
And it goes. It goes crazy.
What a nice goal.
Rodrigo.
He's the best,
and he's going to be he's captain. He's got to be the captain for Spain. He's right now the top. I don't know if he is or not.
If anyone goes to play, and if they don't fire the president, if they don't fire RUBIALES, if the male players quit, they'll fire him real fast.
Exactly. Let's listen to Rodri.
Very, very glad for this, of course. Always when you score in a late goal, it seems it's even better. But I think it was a great effort for all the team. I think we analysed so good the game today here. Such a difficult stadium. Great credit for them, the defending, the spirit. I think we did a great job. At the end, football is like this. We have to be fair. It was a big mistake in the goal, but at the end, how we overcome the situation is the most important. So we move on. Yeah, I think it's a great start for us. I think that the team, even though we didn't have a big pre-season, lots of games last season, finish late and then start very soon. The team is great, even though we have some injuries that we need to come back. We need to come back Pep. So it's a moment that we've been together because not everyone is with us, but it seems that this is good. So we have to keep going.
He's like, we gotta get some players that are injured. Pep, you gotta get back. Pep is like the 12th player, man, for Manchester City. So, but,
you know what I always find funny, because I listen to a lot of interviews and there's a lot of Spanish pundits on ESPN, is when because we're in the US, we're so used to Spanish accents with American mixed in, but to hear English Spanish accents is hilarious.
Yeah,
because they're picking up he's got like a little Mancunian little spin, and we're like, oh, that's so weird.
All right, so the next one is Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. God. Boy, this one started very rough.
We all had a laugh at the expense of United. That was first 2 minutes. Iwani running through like a man possessed ready to eat pork chops.
I will say after
Onana.
that just storm that went through Old Trafford in the first minutes,
First 5 minutes.
I was like, what the heck is going on? This is I said to myself, this is it for Ten Hag. But I tell you what, he came with this. He saved his own job himself. Somehow he got the team to relax, and maybe we can tie this one. And of course, they took it home. But tough.
Let us please say that this is fucking Nottingham Forest. They're missing their whole defense. McKenna went off. Bolly is a reject from Wolves. They sat so deep. It was like, can you guys just beat us? We'll wait. Now, to be fair to United, they do have one of the elite lock-picking midfielders in all of world football. As much as I hate Bruno Fernandes, and he rolls around on the ground, and he complains, and he drives me batshit, he's really good. And I thought that he and Eriksen together, especially Eriksen picking up that goal, Eriksen didn't need to be in the box, but he understood the moment and was like, you know what? My winger, who's supposed to score all the goals, is on the wing. I got to get in the box and be on the end of it. And Eriksen did do that.
And that's why I said the last stream, I said that he could be. I find it difficult to say it because I feel like it sounds wrong, but he could be okay in a false nine, just playing out there. It's kind of like an old 10, but because he has goal, and right now nobody. Or start Martial and Martial, and then
he did.
And
Martial did nothing.
Exactly.
He started this game.
But
nothing.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like he had to do something. He had to put Rashford in his natural position, and it actually worked out. I think the first 5 minutes was just something. Nobody was even ready for that. I don't think Forest family members thought they were going to start like this.
Yeah. Well, Willy Bolly scored this ball off his face. It was amazing. Yeah. There's just such funny things about United. Like, you look at the lineup and you're like,
"Oh, see right there,
Anthony, what? They didn't mark him. It was a disaster."
No,
Anthony, what do you do? Like, what is your point?
They just weren't in the game, and I felt bad for John Santana because I thought he's about to have a stroke right now. Because damn,
you know what? He's suffered plenty. He can handle it.
Yeah, but like right there, two defense. I want to go back to that one. Look at Alessandro short-ass Martinez. He cannot get this ball to set. Look. Right there with the blonde hair. It's right. Come on, man.
You know what? Listen, your wife can say whatever she wants. Size matters. She's being nice to you, my guy. It matters.
Exactly. I agree with that.
And United actually don't have a big team. They're not. They don't have a lot of size. They're always going to be susceptible to set pieces. And I think this is a nice goal. Look at Eriksen just show up in the box. He's just going to be there.
Well, look, John Santana is saying that Forrest got lucky. I don't know. I think United weren't ready for the game to start.
Well, you can say a set piece is lucky, sure, but the break by Anwani was fantastic. Two guys are on him, and he's just like, get off me.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention really to see how United defends like set plays or anything like that, but because it was the first goal a set play. Yeah, it was a corner kick, right? And
yeah, it was United's corner kick.
the first goal.
Yeah, it was off a United corner kick. That I went.
Well, yeah. Because that play that we played we were talking about Alessandro Martinez was that not a corner kick?
Oh, it was a free kick on the
okay. So I don't know.
Because Brendan Johnson had gotten fouled by Dalot. By the way, Brendan Johnson, a great player. I think Wolves are. By the way, shout out to Wolves. They're good. Yeah. They're going to be fine. Like, they haven't won anything. Like, at home, they'll be fine. As long as they keep Johnson, Gibbs, White, and Anwani, they're going to be fine. They do need to find more defenders because they lost McKenna and they're missing. I can't remember. They have a Portuguese/Brazilian defender, Felipe, that's missing, who was awesome for them. So they need their players. But I mean, this corner kick was fantastic.
But let me ask you, see this one right there. Casemiro saved the day for himself because
he was a little offsidesy. He never go back onside because Bruno played him on, but he never. That was tricky for me.
And I'm gonna tell you this though about Forest, that they were pushing Arsenal just the same as they pushed at the end of the match with Arsenal. Yes. when they were so. Agreed. I mean, I can see my man Ilanga. Is that his name?
I don't think he played in it. He came. I don't think he came on in this game, but
he was. Was it? I think he was, but I might be wrong. But I thought I heard his name. But I mean, I think Forest. I don't think United was ready in the beginning. But this is a good mental, personality check game to be able to come back. Old Trafford, having the pressure.
If City's is, if
Liverpool's
is, this has to be as well. But I still don't. So this is where we have to be overly critical and be very critical of United. They're still not connected as a group.
No,
it's still not really working. It's Bruno does something, Rashford does something. Bruno wish Rashford does something. Oh, look, Eriksen's here. There doesn't seem to be a real connectivity. When you see City, that whole team moves as a group. They defend as a group. They attack as a group. Everything's is cohesive. I can tell you where the next pass is going to go every time. Where with United, it's somebody does something.
On that note, let's listen to my man Ten Hag and what he had to say about this match.
Your boy.
We want to defend something. But of course, it's a horror start. Giving them 2 goals.
Oh, I forgot Joe Worrell got sent off.
Making mistakes, but I'm very pleased with the comeback. With the leadership, how we stay calm and composed and stick to the plan, stick to the belief and turn it around. And I think we played, in the meantime, very good football. Out of the plan and out of our principles and rules, and we scored good goals. Absolutely, I think almost in all the aspects. So I had moments of football, and he played a very good game, highest level. And so keeping calm.
Talking about Bruno.
No, they didn't.
Emotions under control, but in the right moment, using his emotions, and then he was brilliant.
You think he's talking about Bruno?
Attacking, making the difference. And so very pleased with his performance.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that was Ten Hag talking about. But I mean, I think again, it's about winning it at the end, or winning in the beginning and losing at the end. Like this tone, them winning it at the very end and after this rough start makes it look like what the beginning didn't happen. But they have to look at those things because. Listen, if you
they got a cheap penalty up a man. So I mean, come on.
Oh my God, you got to say something negative about United. Listen,
of course.
Now, if they play, when do they play City?
They're gonna lose. If they play City, they're gonna get killed. They always do.
Against a tougher team. If you have that start, I mean, it could really be catastrophic. And I'm telling you what, if this happens again and they lose the match to any team, I think Ten Hag could be sacked. I really think so. I think this was a sackable game. And if the first 5 minutes continues longer, I'm telling you, man.
The guy lost 7-0 to Liverpool. That's a sackable game.
That was in the beginning. But
that was last season.
Yeah, but he just got. He
lost 6-3 to United to City, dude. He's not getting fired. They're not firing. They do not play. Manchester United is the Manchester Derby is week 10. That is October 29. October 29 at Old Trafford.
All right, so let's talk about what people have been talking. Another match, really, that people have been talking about, and this, of course, the Gunners, Arsenal versus Fulham. This should have been a sort of easier match, I guess. And listen, man, listen. I know people are talking about derby. This is not a derby. Please stop lying to your kids. Let's stop lying to your kids. Just because you're a Fulham fan, make them be a bigger team's fan. Don't. abuse your kids and teach them to be Fulham fans or any other small team. Stop lying, telling them that this was a derby against Arsenal. That's not a derby. Anyways, with that being said, what is going on with Arteta, man? I mean, he has to stop experimenting with the damn team. You know, this is football. You don't switch. This is not American football where you just switch defense, offense, and switch player. Listen, you don't change your quarterback. I'm not saying they have a quarterback. To be honest, they don't. But you have to keep.
By the way,
yeah,
Fulham have not beat Arsenal since 2008.
And that
just to give you some context,
that last goal was a dagger.
2008.
That last goal was a
Pauline is the best. Pauline is the best. I fucking love him. I can't deal with him. Yeah. So opening goal sloppy. I don't know where Ramsdale's going. Does that begin to give Arteta an excuse to put in Raya? Is that a bad enough play where you can go, oh, you fucked up that play, we're putting in Raya?
Why? But listen, you told me before that Raya is the best goalkeeper in the universe.
So yes, he's better than. He may not be the best keeper in the universe. He's better than Ramsdale.
Why is he not starting? Sure. Why is he not? I mean, what Arteta needs to? Does he need to ask permission to change a player? What is going on here, man? These are old. These are grown ass adults.
I don't know the reason for bringing in Raya unless you're going to use him to replace Ramsdale. But maybe he just wants an excuse. Maybe he wants a reason.
But you also have to have a talk with my man Saka. And listen, bro.
Why? What did he do wrong? Oh, that pass is a little bit wacky.
A little bit. What the hell is that? That's a filtering pass. That's an Odegaard pass for you know. Like, come on. He should have gotten an assist. I mean, seriously.
By the way, where the fuck is Ramsdale going?
Yeah. He. But see, you got to. Okay, we got to put ourselves in their situation as well.
I know if they're in a build-up phase, I understand.
So in the build-up phase, they're running back, and you know he's probably trying to do the fundamentals: is run forward, look back. But he's trying to run. You know, like it's not easy. If you're gonna take him out, man. You know, just stop bull.
I think the problem that Arteta has is one, like we talked about with Newcastle. Sorry, they're probably early to be at these stages where they're trying to go for the title. Maybe he thought it was going to be this year. I think there was a lot of luck involved in the first half of last year. You have to keep in mind, before the World Cup, in over 19 games, Arsenal had 50 points. They were on a 100-point swing. And they ended up getting 35 in the second half of the season, finishing on 85. They're probably more in line with their 85 points than the actual, 100-point team that they look like. They're also not fluid right now. The Havertz thing is not quite what we want it to be. The Thomas Partey thing is not quite what we want it to be. You know, Arsenal lived on continuity. They played the same 11 guys over and over and over. Now, you could argue that they lost because of that. But as long as they have Saliba, I feel like they need to go back, and this is where that Gary Neville comment comes in. They need to go back to the 4-3-3, go back to something standard, and stop trying to put all the players in at once. Havertz, Partey, all of them. It's not working.
If Gabriel Jesus is ready, you need to put him in. But if he's not, then Nketiah needs to be the striker. He showed it to you in the first game, second game. Why are you just keep it simple, man? Keep it simple. And right there, Alexis Zafiro says that Ramsdale is the man. So, hey, I don't know that,
dude. You know what? You people don't watch Brentford. Trust me, Raya's really fucking good. That poor guy got his head cracked open and his career ended. But he's trying.
Yeah. Raul Jimenez, Mexican player.
See,
but
by the way, Pereira is a hell of a player. I really like some of the things in Fulham, but it's clear Paulinho is just the best player on the team. He gets the goal late. He just makes everything stop. He's the player that Liverpool need instead of Kubo. He's the player that Arsenal need instead of freaking Rice. He's probably cheaper. He's actually a defensive stopper. I have a feeling that what's going to happen with Rice is he's gonna be the one who takes the Havertz spot. I don't think the Havertz thing's gonna work, and they're gonna play Partey in the holding role and let Rice go back and forth. I'm gonna have to find out if he can score goals. I think ultimately that's gonna be the version of Arsenal that works, where Rice takes the Xhaka role and is the 8 with Odegaard, because right now everything runs through Odegaard. They're completely predictable. You stop Odegaard, you stop Arsenal. That's just how I see it right now. And then they need to get their mojo back, because they're not playing well enough. Yes, they took 10 shots on goal. There was a man sent off. Like, they're gonna get the goals again. It's gonna happen again for them. But they had a lot of luck last season, and they're not quite the challenger that we think they're going to be. They need to have a run of games, and you can't blow this game. The way they didn't mark Paulinho, it's a good finish. They didn't mark him. Nobody picked him up. Zero.
Yeah, it was a good shot too, and sends Fulham fans into a frenzy. And Arsenal,
a draw they did not deserve.
No, but when you make mental mistakes, man, that's what happens. You know, the whole time, the whole time Arsenal was down.
They were down a man. The other thing is they had an argument. If you recall, in this game, Bassi, who got sent off, was down on the ground, and Arsenal just played through it. The Nketiah goal they got was a little bit of a dubious goal, because they were down to 10 with a man off to the side, and this is this fucking clown.
Hey man, Michael Owen was a good player. Stop playing.
I know he's an all-timer, but
what's your problem with him?
He's one of the worst. He's one of the worst pundits. He says things like, "Oh, if you're gonna win games, you really got to score goals." You're like, okay, my guy.
But he's English. He's English, so he's got a job guaranteed. You know, it doesn't matter what he says.
And then if you're a true Geordie, you hate him, because he set the record transfer for this team, knowing his knee was capped out, and went to Newcastle and took all their money. It was like, sorry, my knee's gone. Bye. The Geordies hate him because he went from Liverpool to that team. So, but he does go nuts. Yeah, you can play it. It's pretty loud.
Oh, I'm not gonna play it
on the Diaz.
I'm not gonna play the sound, but so he did play in Newcastle, right?
He did. He did
and he's going. And he's going to celebrate.
He's a Liverpool player.
But he's going to celebrate like that, man. Did he come out of Newcastle in the beginning? Was he in the?
No, he's not. No. He started at 17. He came up with Gerrard and Carragher.
He's been in Liverpool. He was a Liverpool cat then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's Liverpool all the way.
Okay. Well, that was the damn reaction of Michael Owen. I don't know. He wasn't good at Real Madrid. I know that.
Well, he was by then. He was already kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. He had one good season at Real. He was a bench player. Came off the bench, scored 13 goals. So not bad, but he wasn't a starter.
Hey, what do you think about? You think Mo Salah is gonna leave Liverpool? I think supposedly this might have been his last game. £129 million offer. That's insane, man. What do you think?
I certainly hope not. I don't. It's family and life-changing money. We'll never know what it means for a player, what that means, what his town is like. Does he end up putting his whole clan? Does he set up his family for life? It seems to me a lot of the Muslim players really do like the idea of being in the Holy Land, right? Mecca is part of Saudi Arabia. They can go. They can do the Hajj. Koulibaly did mention it specifically. He was like, I really like the money, and I also like that I'm in a Muslim country. So there is a benefit there that they don't have to feel, ashamed or as like second-class citizens. The way they are somewhat in Europe, they're not exactly loving Muslim people these days in Europe. So there is an appeal there that doesn't account for Jordan Henderson, who's from Sunderland. But I don't know what he's doing there. But it would be a blow. It would destroy Liverpool. They would become a top 4 battle. They would have to be like, Darwin Nunez, you're up. Just play. You take that spot and just do what you got to do. But it would kill Liverpool, and I hope he doesn't go, because that would mean that City have one less challenger, and I want as many challengers as possible.
All right, so hey, you didn't listen to Robbie Williams, man? He made a song for Postecoglou, or did you? Or did you?
I heard it. I heard it. Yeah,
You
it's
did.
really,
Well,
really good.
let's play.
Yeah. But he's a Geordie. But they stole his song. They used his song to sing to Postecoglou.
No,
it's really,
I think
really good.
Was he not the one to sing it? I think he was the one to sing it, didn't he?
He's the one that's singing it.
Yeah.
But he is from Newcastle.
Okay, let's watch that one, or listen to it.
And through it all, we'll play the way we want to, with Big Edge Postecoglou. Whether I'm right or wrong, it's Big Edge ball, so you can keep your Pochettino. Conte and Mourinho.
Come on now.
Love it. I love it.
He's such a great singer,
I love
dude.
Everywhere we go,
Ange Postecoglou.
I'm loving Big Ange instead.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I had that wrong. He's not a Geordie. He's from Stoke.
Oh, okay. Before
he
people kill you, because you know people are here.
Yeah, because if I get it wrong, they'll be like, "You stupid fucking Yankee! You don't know fucking anything, you cunt." Like,
you cunt. You cunt.
I know. That's not a word we use in this country.
Okay, so let's talk about this RUBIALES situation, man. We skipped it last time. We didn't think people cared about it, but at the end of the day, it is important to talk and see what's going on. He will not resign. So I don't know when it comes to like precedents and situations like that. They can't. I don't think they can just get fired. I think something.
No, there is a. They have a. So
because they get voted
in. Bigger government. Right. So they have something that we don't have in this country, right? We have the concept of a ministry of sport that's part of the government. So he is elected by a committee, some bureaucratic body that selects who becomes the representative of the Football Association of Spain. This guy, and I haven't read everything, basically has a history of being an asshole. Just does.
Yeah, because ESPN has a timeline of stuff that he's been accused of doing.
Yeah, he's just it's bad news. It's not cool. I think at this point, I think it's really difficult. Actually, no, it's not difficult. The guy's an asshole and doesn't view women's football as something that's of value. They've tried to smear Hermosa as saying she asked for it, basically, or oh, she's cool with me, which is gross. And I think he should just go. Like, what is he staying here for? Listen, if he's by the way, he's on the Exco of FIFA, which is literally the most corrupt board in world sport next to the IOC. So he knows he's going to lose money. Well,
FIFA actually has suspended him, and
for 90 days. That's nothing.
For 90 days until obviously I think they're doing it because they have to do an investigation, kind of trying to see how things go. I think 90 days is substantial to actually get this guy out, and then of course he won't be. Probably FIFA will be like, okay, we're never going to allow this guy back in the game again. Now,
this is Sepp Blatter. What are you talking about? They're not going to get the FIFA's aren't going to do shit.
But
they're clowns.
Now, so the whole squad has quit the national team. A lot of people, a lot of people that are against them have said, or not against them, but kind of, okay, yeah, you won the World Cup. Would you have quit if you didn't have that one title? But I think this is bigger than that.
But they did. The 15 players quit, and they didn't because they wanted to get rid of the coach. And this is the guy who backed Vilgas.
But they
won it without them.
But there's a controversy that everybody's talked about. Everybody's talked about against RUBIALES and quit the national team except Vilga. He hasn't said nothing
because that's his guy.
He hasn't said
because he's a deadbeat too.
He offered them £400,000 a year, which is kind of sad for what football. Maguire gets that a week, but that's besides the point. And so, it's controversial. Now, I want to say this though. I will I don't support what Real Madrid and Barcelona have. They're probably the two biggest clubs in the world. and they have not said one thing about this. They just basically said we'll go with whatever they say, and I think they're big enough to make a stance on this situation. Not one of them actually came up, and you expect this to happen. These teams to actually have a say. So Florentino Perez, Laporta,
it's all their players.
Yeah, and so you figured they would come out and support and say, listen, we're against this, and this guy should be out, and he should be out, man. Look like Pablo Zabaleta out there.
He does look like him. Here's how you know the guy's a deadbeat. Javier Tebas blasted him, and Javier Tebas is the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
Right? He's the president of La Liga who tries to make things up about Barca, who tries to always take on Real Madrid. Listen, here's the thing. Whether he does it or not, right? Whether he's guilty or not, whether we know the particulars or not, at this point, it's a PR problem. The whole world has looked at it and said, you people are fucking assholes. One, you have racist fans who throw bananas at black players, and you have a constant racism problem, almost as bad as Italy's, but not quite. And now you're supporting this guy who literally is supposed to go up and have a press conference where he says he's going to resign, and then just keep shouting, I'm not resigning. Somebody should have gotten up there and just taken him off the stage and be like, you got to go. He must have a lot of political power, a lot of money that flows through him from FIFA to the Spanish Federation. I don't understand it. It's not about, at this point, whether he's guilty or not or whatever the particulars are. It's a PR problem. You just get rid of it. Don't hold on to him. What are you doing? Don't try and pretend that it's some bureaucratic thing. Just be like, we're making the call. It's Spain. I'm the president of Spain. He's gone. What do you mean? That's not part of the government. It's under my bureaucracy. He's out. You guys figure it out after the fact. We're done. Because we want to have a that celebrates these women who actually did something on the field and won the fucking World Cup. And we're talking about this clown and his mom. Get the fuck out of here.
His mom. I don't know what the hell. This is just bunch of stupid. But we'll close it. We'll close the debate there, and and so we'll move. News roundup, ladies and gentlemen. News roundup. Vinicius Jr. facing a long layoff after injuring his hamstring, and people are questioning whether he should have been subbed out, and the medical team said he's okay to go.
It happens. Whatever.
In a 1-0 game against Celta. I think I got that one right. I don't know if I got the score right, but anyway. Oh, by the way, did you hear about this? Is incredible. We talked about Anthony Martial, my man John Santana. You better be listening to this. He is linked to none other than Real Madrid. He is linked because of this injury. I know John wants him out, so he'll say, yeah. But because of this injury, I don't think, man, if this happens, Martial can have
they're already playing Jose Lu, so it's not like they
no,
anything, you know what I mean?
He would probably be.
By the way, speaking of former Real Madrid strikers, I believe Benzema just went down.
Another game,
so.
You're right. I saw that. But also Manchester United might be targeting Barcelona's Marcos Alonso.
Ooh.
So that could be he's a
listen,
right back.
If he's gonna but it's gonna be another problem. They'll put him in. He can't defend. They'll have to have Wan-Bissaka. Right? They still don't have balance. So I think the big thing is now we have.
Where does Diego Dalot play? Yeah,
he plays on the. He might play on the left.
Okay,
he's in for Shaw. He's in for Shaw.
Okay.
He's in for Shaw. So we have the transfer window is getting close to the end.
Exactly.
Lukaku's now going to Roma for sure.
Okay.
There's a bunch of players that we need to figure out where they're going. Maguire seems to be going nowhere. We didn't get to talk about my beloved West Ham defeating Brighton, which was a great game, but we can talk about that some other day. And then our friend Mr. Roberto Mancini, whom I loathe.
He's going to
for winning the league for City. Is going to the great and powerful Saudi Arabia after he ditches Italy.
Famous for the fight with what's his name? This kid from play Inter and then Milan. He's a bad boy. He's played at City. The Italian guy, black guy.
Balotelli.
Balotelli. That fight with Balotelli, man, he took him out.
No, everybody loves Balotelli's a legend. Wherever he goes, he's a legend. Don't talk shit about Balotelli.
Okay.
But Lukaku is reuniting with our friend Mr. Mourinho.
Yes.
So that's fun. Tammy Abraham's probably like, I guess I'll never play again. And then
let's show the people Mbappe goal was a dagger to the. Oh, come on, man. Of course.
The other one. Wait, we do have to talk about the transfer window closes on September 1st, so it's 4 days left. But the Saudi window stays open, which is like, what? That means that players can leave.
Look at it.
They can't be replaced.
Watch it. Just the dagger to the soul of Lens, the powerful Lens. And
dude, you play in France, Mbappe, and show up when you play in a real league. Let me know.
Hey, that was a good goal, man. That's a good goal, man. He's good.
I don't want to hear from that guy.
Stop playing
until he leaves. Until he leaves, I don't care.
Okay, so I had that is it as far as what I got right now. We had to talk about the players. By the way, for the U.S., a sergeant went down as well with an ankle injury.
By the way, I'm so happy now. There is a half-hour championship video show on ESPN Plus. You can get all the highlights from the EFL Championship. I was very excited. I saw the Wrexham highlights. I saw West Brom versus Leeds. I saw our guy Willy Gnonto. I saw all the stuff. I saw the sergeant injury. I'm all over it.
Okay. You were talking
extra English cheering.
Gnonto. We got to watch him with Leeds. He's definitely going to be leaving. Also, Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea.
Crescencio Somerville.
Chelsea. Moise Keane from Juventus also. A nice player.
That guy is.
Come on, man. Hey, Nicolas
He's got to go back to Juve. Oh, God.
And McTominay. What's going to happen with McTominay? He might go to Bayern Munich. They might do a little swap thing with, what's his name?
For Pavard.
Somebody
and go somewhere else.
Van de Beek also for United. We got to watch out.
They got to let guys go. Anyway, I have to go. I have to wrap it up.
That's good. All right. So that is it for the show. Thank you so much for listening and watching. My name is Chris Rodriguez, and we will see.